경기장 도시형.
Alright guys, here we are in game 1, and it is again Atlantis Spaceship is our map, and down at the bottom left part of the map in the red from the Team FX Open, one of the last Terrans surviving in the GSL right now in the round of 8, it is GuMiho.
And
go ahead.
Oh, and up here in the top of Atlantis Spaceship we have Hoon MVP, which is actually now NSHoSeo.Sting that we were just talking about. He has actually given up on the police.
That's
and
right.
He has taken up arms with the Terran army, so this could be a tough opening match for Sting. We were just talking about how A codes and such.
That's right.
That was this guy, but GuMiho is Code S material.
That's
He's actually,
right.
Do we do Code S spoilers? I don't.
Oh
know.
yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's well. I mean, last I checked, he's in the round of 8 of Code S. And if you didn't know that, you should be watching it already. What is wrong with you? And yeah, so him and MMA are the last 2 Terrans surviving. No, him, MMA, and one other person, isn't it?
Sure.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Are you talking about one other Terran?
Yeah, well, it's 4 Protoss.
Is Supernova in there?
Yeah, Supernova, I think is the other
he may
one.
have gotten. I think he may have
maybe
gotten
not.
beat out.
All right, this is just bad. All right.
I know there's 4 Protoss.
Yeah,
there's a
4
Dongre
Protoss.
Gu.
There's Dongre Gu.
There's an MMA, a GuMiho, and a Genius, right? No, Genius is Protoss.
Genius is Protoss.
We're missing. There's not another Zerg,
Well,
so it's
the
definitely
problem,
another Terran.
Oh, it's Alive. Duh.
Alive.
The
yes,
person who
you're
I
picked
picked to win the whole thing.
Yeah, way to go.
I apparently.
Alive hates you now.
You know, I just didn't get enough sleep last night. That's what I'm blaming it on. All right.
Well,
but
both players doing basically the same thing to start this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe not.
Well, it's TVT, so we've got plenty of time to collect our thoughts before things start happening. But there is a gas first for GuMiho, it looks like. Pretty sure that came down before Derek's, just kind of judging by the amount of gas that's been used up by now.
Yeah, so it looks like GuMiho just going gas first. Does that mean quick factory is expected? I mean...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And probably Banshees, too. I mean, this is a great map for Banshees, but the weird thing is we've seen a lot of Terrans do a lot of different openings off of gas first lately. We even saw yesterday Blue Flame Hellion immediately from one of our players, which is very bizarre to see in TVT these days.
It's interesting because GuMiho now, by building that refinery and getting that quick factory, means his orbital is going to be about, let's see, they're 18 seconds slower than Mr. NSH.Sting. Both players have actually scouted across to the other side of the map. Oh, it looks like Sting might be trying to do something tricky, or at least a delayed scout.
Yeah, yep. I think he's kind of waiting for the Marine, and he waited long enough because he's going to get in there and see everything. And is he going to click on the gas? That's the question here. Is he going to
He'll
do
see
it?
At least.
Running past the gas, but no, not clicking on it yet. And I'm surprised more players don't do that.
Well, he already sees a factory in his face.
I suppose. I mean, he knows, yeah, but still.
Oh, is this SCV going to go down? It looks like GuMiho is actually returning home with his SCV before losing it, so he's actually ahead in SCV. Way to go, GuMiho.
Yep, and there's a starport probably starting on that tech lab. There it is.
There he goes.
Looks like it will be Banshees.
When's that second refinery going to pop up? Seems like this would be a turning point here.
This is going to be non-cloak Banshees. It's probably going to be a Banshee expand. There's the command center, so it definitely will be. So yeah, normally you don't pick up cloak with that these days.
3 barracks here for Sting before going into that command center. He does not care about gas at all. Mineral only build for Sting. That's what I like to do in 4v4s as Terran.
It's mineral only
Marines.
builds. That's what I like to do in beta and then the early days of StarCraft 2. Just 6 barracks on one base. Mineral only, baby.
Easy game. All right, so second refinery still not showing up. I guess you're right about probably no cloak going to be involved here. Cloak
probably
is
not.
200 gas, so he has not near enough to invest in that. One Hellion is going to poke at the front line here. It looks like Sting is going to be prepared for that. He's already got a bunker up, waiting for his next orbital to be completed, I guess, before floating over to the natural. Has he built refineries? Yes, he finally has, and still no actual gas tech yet. He's just up to 50 minerals now. There's that first tech lab coming up on a barracks. And GuMiho actually looks like he wants to move and start doing some shenanigans, perhaps bringing that SCV along with a couple of Marines. He's already got control of the Xel'Naga Tower here with that injured Hellion, so he can see basically he can see this part of the attack ramp. I'm surprised that the Xel'Naga Tower doesn't cover the entire ramp. It seems like a little...
Well, Xel'Naga Towers are strong, but they don't want to go overboard, you know, I mean...
Well, I don't know how much this is accomplishing here in the middle of the map, except for maybe eventually medevacs and stuff like that, trying to take shortest route to the third, something like that. But right now, GuMiho is doing all the mobilization, and Sting back at home is just cranking out Marines, getting combat shields very early. I don't think he got stim first. He actually got combat shield first.
And GuMiho is probably going to be going mech, getting that Blue Flame Hellion upgrade right now. I love it. I love mech. It's so cool. And Sting is going to be losing some Marines here. I mean, if GuMiho micros properly.
Down goes one.
Yeah, they have no upgrades. They don't have stim. And, ooh, taking a little bit of extra damage on that Banshee. A little bit more than he should have probably, but we'll see. Wow, being very hesitant with that Banshee, not really doing too much at all with it. And, yeah, it's pretty much at low enough health now where you kind of have to be super careful with it. You can't get too aggressive here.
He's also bolstering some forces up outside at this sort of mini expansion. I'm not sure why or still what the SCV is going to be up to, but let's go ahead and keep tabs on this Banshee. He's going to get a couple of SCV kills, it looks like, before floating away again. So he's already made a lot of progress here. 5 kills on that Banshee without losing a single thing.
Corporal Banshee.
Yeah, is it Control R? Yes, that's telling the tale of this game already.
Control R.
Control R, so handy. Yeah, SCV, that's the reason the SCV
Excellent.
Of course.
Finally, this is so good. You know, actually, I'm staying at the Rain House right now, and Axlev and I were watching some games from IEM this morning, and we were talking about this very subject. We were like, why don't people send out SCVs to repair their Banshees anymore? They used to do it all the time, but, you know, people just don't do it very often, and now we see it happening. I'm so happy. Blue Flame Hellion drop coming in.
Four Blue Flame Hellions in the back. We got a Banshee over at the natural, no turrets. It's just Marines everywhere. 4 Sting. He's got to try and keep tabs on both sides of his base right now. I can see the medevac there on the minimap. Getting closer and closer. GuMiho drawing all these Marines over to the far right side of his base, and now the Hellions are in town. SCV still not pulled. 3 or 4 go down very quickly. Oh, the Marines do show up, though. GuMiho was not expecting that many Marines, I think.
Yeah.
And flees the scene.
Kind of nice for Sting. He was able to get enough Marines out to defend that kind of stuff. Now, back at GuMiho's base, he's putting down more factories. He's just going to go straight up mech. I love it. I love watching mech play. Very, very cool.
He's going to be on 3 command centers here soon.
Yeah, exactly. This very high economy mech style that we've been seeing lately has been getting really popular in TVT in Korea. Just the ability to kind of max out on 3 bases with mech and then push, you know, or else play kind of defensive has really become appealing. It's cool to see people using it.
Yeah, GuMiho not done quite yet with the Hellions. There are still a lot of Marines on the ground here. They do have combat shields, but they still don't have stim, noticeably. Here come the Hellions once again. They're going to perhaps torch these mules. That'd be a huge pickup, but actually just blasting a few SCVs is still, like, it doesn't matter how many units are on this side. As long as this side says 0, you're way ahead.
Yeah, GuMiho at the 10-minute mark has not lost a unit yet in this game. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, now it looks like Sting is finally in a position where he can try to deal some damage. He's got about 16 Marines loaded up and headed straight over to that mineral line. It looks like there's not really any defense. You see the scan drop. Oh, these siege tanks, if they were just scooted a little bit closer to that ledge, that wide open ledge on Atlantis spaceship, perhaps it would be a little bit safer. Looks like the Banshee is kind of just chilling out for now, not even getting repaired, so may have just totally forgot. Actually, he just selected it.
Here comes the drop.
There's the repair, but the drop is going to commence. GuMiho actually with his barracks scouting out this this huge Marine drop right away. Still not pulling SCVs though. 2 go down, 3 go down, 4. No units in here to actually recover. Oh, he's losing a lot of workers. Hellions do finally get there in time, and the siege tank blasts all those poor little Marines. The medevacs are going to be chased away by the Viking. I'm not sure if GuMiho's going to have to hang out in his base, but that did significant damage, actually.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, he killed 10 SCVs. Got right up there almost again. But, you know, overall, GuMiho's still ahead. I mean, that 3rd command center is going to give him such a nice little cushion of economy. It's going to be good. Looks like the Banshee is still going to come in again. You know, one thing I've been wondering about Atlantis spaceship is why isn't it below the ocean? It's Atlantis spaceship.
Perhaps metaphorically in space, it's below some sort of...
It's lost.
Ocean. Oh, I see.
Whoa, meteor.
Meteor's going down.
Wow.
Is that char? That must be char down there. Anyway, one thing I noticed about Atlantis spaceship is this bear face. So on the mini-map, you can see eyeball, ear, nose, and like these bases could actually be his claws.
Yeah, he could be like being mugged.
He could be like angry and pouncing at you.
Or that too, yeah.
Or these 3rd bases could be his claws. You don't know. You never know where the bear's claws are.
That's true.
On Atlantis.
This is very dangerous, too. If you don't know where the bear's claws are, they can come at you from any angle, man.
It seems like something you would want to know.
I know.
Yeah.
If I was in a forest and there was a bear near me, I'd want to know where the claws were at all times.
Oh my god. This is a lot of bio. They're going to discover these Hellions. They have +1 upgrades and stim now and concussive shells, so a couple of the Hellions are going to go down, but now GuMiho knows what's coming. He's got siege tanks somewhere. Where are they? Oh, they're all propped up in his base, ready for that big attack incoming.
Yeah. He should be okay when the attack does does get there. I mean,
this Banshee's
Sting
still
might
in business.
do a little bit of a poke. Yeah, this Banshee has been alive for so long, but I think her days are finally numbered. Oh, but the Hellions sneaking in too. They're going to get a few kills here, maybe kill a good amount of SCVs. We'll have to
or
see.
a mule.
Or a mule.
That looks about it, actually. The medevac's doing a good job keeping them up. Yeah, so the Hellions actually a little bit ineffective. Now Sting is on the other side of the map with that giant bio ball. Which way is he going to go? He's checking for that third base, which actually never got deployed, as far as I can tell.
Well, yeah, you can't really put it out quite yet, I think. It's a little bit dangerous with the roving band of Marines and Marauders about the map. So you want to...
the SCV's getting eyes on this third base at least.
Yep, does see it.
And GuMiho launching another offensive. 3 Hellions and an SCV.
There's a lot of meteors out there. Oh, one of them
wow,
just blew up,
so
man.
many. Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Holy moly.
This map has some cool stuff in the background, dude.
Yeah, there's bears without claws and meteors, and this thing is nuts.
Invisible claws.
You know what's really cool about Atlanta Spaceship, which I'm not sure if you guys mention every single time or not?
Yeah.
It's the 9 question mark Vespene Geyser.
That's right. It's just so strong. It's actually a rich Vespene Geyser, too.
And so returns slightly more per trip. It's awesome.
It is also the 9
here we go.
Uh-oh, nice job by Sting catching some units out of position, but there's so many Hellions.
They are going to wreck. They are just going to kill everything here. These Marauders not going to be able to stand up to that huge number of blue flames, even though they barely tickle the Marauders.
Oh, big drop in the main of Sting,
you're right. There's those 3 Hellions and SCV that we saw earlier. Lots of SCVs getting lined up, but the Marauders do plug that hole there before the Hellions can scoot through. And now the Viking probably going to be able to pick off
this. It's the edge of the universe.
Oh yeah, that's actually where space ends.
Oh, we found it.
So that's why it's Atlantis, because it's sunk to the bottom of the universe.
It legitimately is like the edge of the universe right there. Cool. I never noticed all this stuff with this map before.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
That's your observing expertise.
But we have I believe this could be quantified as a buttload of tanks. At least 1 buttload. Maybe 2. Actually, now there's more, so perhaps 2 buttloads. We have Vikings and Hellions on the ground here.
Is this a Sir Mix-a-Lot buttload?
Probably.
Okay, that's a big butt.
Yeah. It's the only quantifiable buttload there is. So
that's right. The tanks did not see up the ramp there. Couldn't shoot at those bioforces, unfortunately. Oh, now they can.
Poor SCV. He was just trying to help.
Yep.
I'm curious about units lost again, actually. Wow. So GuMiho has actually been racking up just significantly more kills in workers and infantry units. You can see GuMiho actually slightly behind an SCV count now, but his army supply is just so much higher, 177 to 155 at this exact moment. And GuMiho's moving forward while this huge force is way down here. What are you doing, Sting? Where's your... Oh, no!
This could end up being pretty good for GuMiho because the army Sting has out on the map is not enough to handle what GuMiho has. I think this is what he was looking for. A lot of Terran players start to push up across the map at about 150 supply, and that's exactly what GuMiho did. He is maxed out now, and he is just going to roll right through the base of Sting.
Oh my god, all this time Sting's army is like looking for things to kill, and his economy is just getting absolutely wrecked.
He needs to send an SOS to my heart.
He needs to build some more orbital commands, I think. But
he's throwing up messages and bottles.
Sting finally reaches GuMiho's third, and GuMiho's like, LOL, I'll just lift off because Marauders can't shoot up.
Yep.
They are so bulky, they cannot lift their arm cannon high enough to point at the sky. But all these Hellions could actually swoop in there and do some just stalling, actually.
They should really just have a siege upgrade for Marauders where they just fall over backwards and just lay there.
And just shoot up.
They can shoot air,
They just become turrets.
Marauders, yep.
But, man, Sting did nothing with that attack, and GuMiho is just wrecking house right now.
Yep, and he's got another force that's going to head over to the third of Sting as well, it looks like, jumping from the mini-map. Yeah, he's going to send some Hellions over there as well. Things not looking too good for Sting right now. And that's going to be a lot of flame-broiled SCVs, man.
This is just disheartening if you're Sting. You're like, my army's so big, why can't I kill anything? I'm in the wrong place.
And this is not going to be enough. Yeah, Sting behind basically the entire game. GG. And that is it. FXO.GuMiho takes game 1, gives FXO a nice little lead. Nice job with them. The Towel Terran triumphs totally.
I like alliteration.